we all have them. Dream kit. I've searched high and low for this kit for the longest time. And at one point, I nearly had one, but due to my own finances, I just couldn't afford it. But guys, the kit I've been looking for all this time has finally arrived. The SM84. So let's talk about it. Hey guys, it's modeling time, and today we're talking about this, the SM84 from Xotic, a short-run injection molded kit. Now, this kit is important to me for a lot of reasons, and I mean, a lot of you who know me know that, Italian aviation is close to my heart because many moons ago I built an SM79. In fact, I actually originally started making it when I was a child, and then years later when I started my sort of second wave of modelling in the 2010s, I stripped it of its paint and redid it, and it became quite a turning point in my modelling adventure, and that's part of, what inspired me to set up my website, even though the completion of it was a fair bit later. Ever since then, I've become obsessed with the SM79, and well, I bought books on it too. It was through these books that I actually found out about the SM84. These books are in Italian and English, and if you've got a fascination with these aircraft, I do recommend them. They're great sources for these really interesting aircraft. It's always been the unique styling and some quirkiness of Italian aircraft that led me to aircraft such as this. I mean, how can you not fall in love with them? They just look so unusual compared to the aircraft we usually see. In fact, it's why I fell in love with other aircraft of Italian heritage too, like the Fiat G50, which I did a video on, and Model Minutes also featured me in their video on it. I love that aircraft despite the fact it was an absolute failure. In fact, it's one of my favourite aircraft to fly in War Thunder, which, by the way, this aircraft is severely lacking from War Thunder, which is a shame because this aircraft is sort of a cross between an SM79 on the front and a Kent 1007 at the back. It's a really unique aircraft, but much like the Fiat G50, it was also a failure. That sort of led to it becoming not very well known. There are only just over 300 of these built, and I mean, it wasn't iconic. It was prominent enough to feature in air recognition charts, but it's been forgotten since the end of the war. Everyone remembers the SM79, the Fiat G50, the Kent 1007, the CR42. I guess it's also really overshadowed by things like the PMD P108, for example, but shouldn't stop me falling in love with it. Now, the price of this kit ranges quite severely from about £100 up to, I've seen it as high as like £200. I was very lucky and got it for significantly less than that, and that's due to some of the issues which have come from this kit as it's aged, and that's going to make it the most complex kit that I have ever tried to take on. Even though it's injection molded and I've done resin. We'll go into that a little bit later. First of all though, we need to go into an unboxing of the kit. This is it, the SM79 Xotic, the second boxing of this kit. Here's everything you get, the 3 different packages, and there's these sort of 4 sprues, one of which is like this pinwheel shape. So the main fuselage halves come on this one, along with the larger wheels and some torpedoes, and bits for the cockpit. The detailing is quite light. It does appear to be recessed, which is nice. I mean, when it's limited run, it's always a bit of a gamble as to what you're going to get, but this does seem quite good. Honestly, when I got this out of the bag, I was kind of shook by how nice this kit seems, compared to some of the other short-run kits I've done. This other sprue had a lot of the control surfaces and the tail and engine nacelles on it, and again, seems nice. Again, not the heaviest detail in the world, but we can work with this, and hopefully I can make a really nice kit if I do the paint job nicely. Obviously there's only 2 of the nacelles there because the third is on the nose. The wing sections here again have quite nice detail, not as posable as the Airfix classic vintage kit SM79, but again, still quite nice, and I just think this is a really nice kit overall. It does appear to be. I'm quite excited to put this together. There is a bit of like, I don't know what it is, there's some sort of marks on the wings, but nothing too severe, nothing that seems like it won't just sort of buff out or come out with some primer.
Now this sprue is the weirdest one because it's sort of a pinwheel configuration, has all the propeller blades and a lot of the sort of, well, I always call them like the sticky outy bits, and also the gear assembly is mostly on here, but this doesn't seem like too much of a complicated kit, thankfully. So yeah, I'm not too scared, but again, quite a rare kit. This is the canopy. I'm just it's quite yellowed, and we'll talk about that in more detail. I only got out one of the sort of glass sections because they're both sort of this vacuform style, and they're both quite severely yellowed. There's going to be a couple different ways I can try and address this, and again, we'll talk about that in more detail in a moment. And then there's 3 of these resin engine parts. Again, I didn't want to take them out of the bags because I was scared of losing them, so I've just sort of left them there so that we can look at them. The decals seem, again, quite nice. Never used this brand before, so I don't know how they'll be when they actually sort of need to be put on the model, but they look really nice. I'm quite excited to use them. Slovakian and Italian markings are present for the Regia Aeronautica. That's 2 schemes, a grey scheme and the traditional Italian camouflage scheme, and then the Slovakian one. I'll be doing the sort of well-known Regia Aeronautica style because, I mean, I don't want to just do a plain grey one, that would be silly. The instructions again seem quite simple and quite nice, and are now uploaded on ScaleMates. So now you see inside the box, you will probably understand some of the challenges. So that yellowing of the canopy is one of the biggest issues of the kit, and it's part of the reason I actually got this for the price I did. The person selling it to me sent me loads of photos and said, look, the canopies, they're not usable. Now, in my mind, if I cut the small bits out from them, they're probably usable. But I figured, I'm a modelling sort of YouTube channel, I should probably try something a little bit different. So I found a tutorial on how to build a vacuum box, and I'm going to try and make a replacement canopy after sort of moulding it from silicone and then making my own. So we'll see how that goes. It is single-handedly going to make this the most expensive project that I've ever done, but I think it's really worth it. The other reason I'm kind of going to take my time with this kit is because it's rare. It's really rare. If I screw anything up with this, the only option is really much for me to just scrap the build some parts for it, which I really don't want to do. It's already quite a scary and daunting task, and I want to try and get it right first time. So my plan is kind of just to rebuild the SM79, sort of the original version first, and then go ahead and go on to this. Maybe build a couple of other things, because there's been some re-releases of kits that used to be really hard to get that are now really easy to get, such as the Breda BA65, which, you know, I adore that aircraft, and the Breda this is P88, the Lynx, the ground strike aircraft. So, you know, there's a lot of options for me to do before I go on to this bad boy. So don't expect to see me do the full build video of this anytime soon. It is going to be quite a while before I get this one out there, but it's definitely coming. When I do the full video of it, we'll go into the full history of this aircraft as well, and we'll go through the kit tree, which is, you know, pretty short. There have only been 2 real kits of the SM84 in 1/72 scale, and that's this one from Xotic that I've got right here, and I still cannot believe I have this. Even compared to my Soccer G4 Super Gleb, this feels rarer, so super happy to have this. The other version is a resin kit, and the resin kit looks way more detailed. Don't get me wrong, it looks like a much better model kit, but I really want the injection molded one because I feel like I'll have more fun putting it together, and I kind of don't have the space to do a resin kit right now because, well, I don't have a dedicated space for modelling, so I don't really feel good about putting resin into the air, so to speak. I am going to have a dedicated modelling space soon, so things like resin models won't feel as scary to do, but I might even wait for that just to do this kit so that I can make sure I really take my time and don't to rush and don't have the threat of cats destroying them, which is currently a battle. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's a bit unusual for me to do an unboxing. I tend not to do them just on their own, but I thought this was such a unique model that I wanted to sort of share my very, very clear passion for this aircraft, and just wanted to show people and be like, hey, this is a project that will be coming at some point.
just not right now. I do also want to say, like, the box for this kit is kind of really interesting. And seeing that it says, remember, no husband has ever been shot while doing the dishes, which, like, sure. I'm just, like, I'm so excited. I feel very lucky that I got this kit for the price I did, and that I just have it in my possession. Like I said earlier, compared to almost every other kit, this is now single-handedly the most, like, special kit that I've got. Like, these do come up from time to time. Like, they're not, like, impossible to get. It's just they are pretty rare and pretty pricey when they do come up. But, like, as a sort of recording, there was one on eBay, and I think it was nearly £200. And I was just like, I got mine significantly less than that. I like a lot less. Like, I bought this for a price where I was like, I'm really comfortable with that price. So yeah, it's definitely a really rare kit, and I just wanted to share it with you all. Well, that's it, and I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.
Thanks for watching the video, and an extra thanks goes to every single one of my channel members. You help make these videos possible. An extra shout out goes to my advanced kit level members, who get a shout out at the end of each video. That's Leslie Schramm, World War II scale models, Karen Bentley, Masked Hand, Stefan Skuza, Bob and Genevieve Albridge, David Barber, Teggers 365, Jeff's Dioramas, ING, and my two longest time supporters, Explosive Water and Crazy Loja. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to see new videos every time that they come out. And, well, there's a recommended video here, just for you. So, why don't you go have a watch and see if you enjoy more of my content. Have a lovely day.